Hey, what's up? It's Chris Wallace, and you're watching WRUG Media.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's going down. We are here at Minglewood Hall for yet another great concert. I'm here with Mr. Chris Wallace, extraordinary musician, talented artist, definitely representing. What brings you out to Minglewood tonight?
Well, I'm actually, the radio station, the Q, is actually playing my song, so they had me out here and to play a show with All American Rejects, so it's really cool. They're supporting the record, so I come out and play a show for them, and it's amazing. So
that's the beautiful relationship between radio and artists. You play our music, you come do a show.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's crazy because you really get to see, like, once people start playing your song, like, you get to see the fans sing along, so it's like, why wouldn't I come out and play a show for the radio, you know?
Let me ask you a question. The first time you heard your song on radio, how did you feel?
It was 2009 in November of 2009 in Dallas. Yeah.
Now, I haven't quite made it to the radio with my music, but that's a different story. But I can just imagine, like, if I was riding in the car and I heard my song, I'd probably pull over and jump out and do the two-step.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I freaked out because it's something like I wrote it like from the start. You know, I wrote it like in the bedroom, like at my parents' house. You know what I mean? It's like it literally was full circle. Yeah. So honestly, it's one of those things. But at this point, like, there's so many political things that go into it. Like, it's not as fun anymore.
I definitely understand. And that brings me to my next question. As all the artists that I talk to, we all talk about social media. Now, I think with the, you know, since social media has came around, it gives you just somewhat of freedom to kind of express yourself, as opposed to how it used to be maybe 10, 15 years ago when you just had to absolutely go through the label for everything. I think now you can kind of put music out at will.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could put something on YouTube and be a star like tomorrow. So you know, I mean, literally, like, you look at the Psy, the Gangnam Style, or any of that stuff, and it's like big stars, like, overnight. You know, it's just it does take some time to get into it, though. But I think it's amazing that, like, it kind of filters out the good, you know, and just people just find it. Like, if it's naturally that good, like, people just spread it around, so you don't need the labels anymore.
That's what's up. So what's next on the plate after you leave Memphis? You going on tour to another city, or?
Yeah, I've been out for 2 weeks now. Like, yesterday I was in Roanoke. The day before I was in, oh man, I don't even remember. That's bad. Sacramento. I was in Sacramento the day before. It's getting faded. After that, I got 2 days. Tomorrow I go to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I play a show, and then I go back to LA for 2 days, and then I go back out. So, like, while I'm back in LA at home, I got 2 writing sessions. So I just don't stop.
I would love to live that life where we're on the road constantly. I used to travel back in the day. I think it's nothing greater than being out there seeing the great things that America has to offer.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. It's a lot of work, and you basically have to take everything, like every normal thing, like sleeping patterns. Like, you don't have one. You know, like, you're on the East Coast one day and you're on the West Coast the next day, and it's like you do something early in the morning, and like early in the morning is actually like I don't know what time zone I'm on anymore. You know, it's like 2 o'clock in LA where I live, and it's like I'm up still from the night before, so it gets a little confusing, but it's worth it all. Like, as soon as you, like, go on stage, or as soon as you, like, hear the song on the radio and all that stuff, you're just like, whose life am I living again? You know, it's a lot of work, and you pretty much, I mean, you can't really have a family, you can't really, you know, I barely see any of my relatives and stuff like that, so you gotta trade it for the lifestyle, but, you know, it's cool.
I think the trade-off is important.
One second. Ask me about inspiration.
I will. Cool. You ready?
Yes.
Now, one last question before we get out of here. I know you've been putting out some great music, but what's the inspiration? What's the story behind the music?
Well, my album's actually, like, autobiographical. So, like, my first single, Remember When, I wrote it about, like, the girl I was dating when I got my first record deal, and, like, my music career started to take off. There's a line in it, it's like, as my future got bright, we started losing light, and literally that happened. So, but growing up, I listened to, the first CD my parents gave me was Queen, A Night at the Opera.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like, I just fell in love with, like, the way they write music, and like, Freddie Mercury. So that was my first, like, thing, and I don't know if you could see it on stage, but it's just, like, I give it all, and, like, that was a huge inspiration. That, and then my parents turned me on to Prince at a really young age too. Okay. So, like, you know, I mean, it's weird because, like, all my friends were like, "What's this stuff you're listening to?" I was like, "I don't know, but I like it." So that's a lot of my inspiration, you know. And then I really like Stevie Wonder, you know, Michael Jackson, and then Justin Timberlake, the NSYNC, and all that stuff. I really liked all the derivative stuff of that, but it was was cool. I went to the AMAs the other day. I like walked the red carpet and like I did some interviews and stuff, and I got to see Stevie Wonder sound check.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I was like right there. I mean, I was literally like feet away from him. He's sound checking. He's like, "Yeah, can you turn this up a little bit?" And I'm just like, man, who am I right now? You know, it was like he was just sound checking, and like he'd stop in the middle of like Sir Duke, and then he'd be like, yeah, let's take it to this part and skip this. But like he was writing, you know, because he did like a little medley. So it's really cool. Definitely to get to even be considered a peer amongst some of these people who are like my idols. So it's really cool. Yeah. But yeah, that's a lot of my inspiration. Just a lot of classic stuff.
Right.
So.
Well, I am definitely proud of the things that you're doing. I know the fans out there love your music. They came out here and showed love. And I want to say thank you, first of all, for coming here, showcasing your talent.
Yeah.
And I want you to let all the fans know where they can get your music at online, because you know we in the digital age now.
Oh yeah. It's on iTunes. You just look for Chris Wallace is the name, and then not Notorious B.I.G. but Chris Wallace. And then you know, hit me up on like Twitter and all that stuff, Chris Wallace 101. But it's cool. Like the digital age is cool because you could literally like reply to somebody right now. You know, like if you tweeted me, I'm gonna tweet you back because it's like I like it. You know, why not? I got a lot of downtime. It's like the story of an artist and a musician is like hurry up and wait. So you like get to the airport 3 hours early, you know, and you're like, all right, I'm here. Then you wait for 2 hours.
Exactly.
I came here like a month ago, and I went on Beale Street, which was cool. I haven't really visited too many like things like Elvis's grave and stuff like that. I'd love to. I'd love to go to the old like studios. What's the name of the studio where like Johnny Cash did the stuff? I'd love to go there, but it's like my schedule's so hectic. It's like go, leave. You know, so it's like I'm here for hours, literally. I have a flight like in like 5 hours, so
wow.
You know, so I don't really get to spend a lot of time in some of the cities. So a lot of times, I went to the Peabody Hotel last time I stayed here. We stayed at the Peabody, which was cool, and there was like ducks walking around. That was pretty cool. And then I went to the place across the street to eat, the Crazy Canuck or something like that. Yeah, I went there and had a giant drink, and you know, I've tried all the barbecue places. So, but I love Memphis. I love the culture, and I just love it.
Well, that's what's up. Memphis loves you back. Well, y'all definitely go check his music out. And hey, I appreciate him again for taking time out to sit down with us. This is XP for WRUGmedia.com.